Hey everybody, welcome back to the Flippin' Ain't Easy channel. Wanted to talk to you today about sales and sort of how my sales have been in accordance to say last year at this time for the last 30 days. And just wanted to talk to you about some things that I read online and other eBay things in general. So without any further ado, let's go. So we're over a week beyond Black Friday and Cyber Monday, and I don't know if any of you have taken time to kind of review your sales over this last month. I have. I can tell you, as compared to year over year from 2019, if we're looking at November 6th through December 6th is sort of the range I ran, which is the range of dates through yesterday, and shows that I'm down 35% in net sales, and that's on just the one main store I have. Now, this could be due to the fact that I have two stores running rather than just the one store from last year, but I really didn't take time to look at the other store. It's really not a very large store, and I don't really think it would have made a huge difference in those numbers. Maybe knock off 5-10%. So, but it's still down from last year, and I'm wondering if any of you guys have done the research. What I did was I went under my seller hub, and if you go into performance, and then if you go into sales, it will show you how you're performing as of the last 31 days as compared to the previous period. Well, what I did was I used the drop down menu, selected custom, went to November of 2019, November 6th, 2019, and I selected that, and it compared my numbers during the same period of time year over year from 2020 to 2019, and it's telling me that I'm down 35% in sales. Now, with me, I'm comparing apples to oranges. If you consider the fact that I was selling different merchandise than I was this year. Last year I had a lot more replenishables that I was offering, a lot more video game type of sales, and that's really hot in the Christmas holiday season. This year it's just a wide range of electronics, various things. I sold a few video game systems, but a lot of it's health and beauty and things along the need. We talked about need versus want, so I've been focusing on selling more needs than wants, even though it is the holiday season. So, I think, and this is the theory that we've been talking about in a lot of the comments that you've posted, and it's definitely money. I mean, you can't go out and buy unless you have credit or if you have money. And people will still continue to use credit. And I think there's going to be a credit crisis here coming up because of it, because people just don't have money. And that's a problem. I went to Best Buy on Saturday night, and I went to buy a couple iPads, a couple of the iPad Airs for Christmas. One for me, one for my wife, something that we've been wanting to buy, and decided that it was the time. But I got there and I noticed that on a Saturday evening, now this is, we're about 3 weeks away from Christmas, and usually it's hard to get a parking spot in a lot of these shopping centers. Went to Best Buy, and there was one person in line. And while I did my purchase over the phone and I had to do a pickup, they usually advertise a 1 hour pickup time at Best Buy, and I got there an hour after I made the order, and they told me it was probably going to be another hour, and they told me they had 300 orders they had to process for pickup. So I was doing some research on the internet, came across an article on MSNBC that was talking about Black Friday and how there's a 15% drop off in sales of in-person sales, and there's a 15% increase in online sales as compared to last year. Now, I've had a drop off in sales. I don't know if you have a chance to do some research on your own, if you noticed the drop off in sales, or did you notice an increase in sales? Or are we just talking, the big retailers, Amazon, Walmart, Target? Are they experiencing a higher uptick in sales because Black Friday, Cyber Monday, they put out some pretty good deals, and I happen to think that that might be where they're finding a lot of these increased sales numbers, because they certainly aren't coming to my store. We're not doing horribly, but at the same time, it's a lot left to be desired this time of year. And so again, guys, we just got to hang in there. We got to keep listening. We got to keep doing what we can to move our merchandise. It's hard to say. It's hard to predict what's going to happen next year unless something's done. I just don't know. I just fear that the economy, and I hear a lot of people talking about how the economy is going to take a nosedive here, and don't fall for what you see in the stock market, because it's a lot of smoke and mirrors. And I don't know, I'm not an economist, but I do pay attention, and you should pay attention to things like that when you hear them, because if you're a seller on this platform, or any platform for that matter, economic news has a direct impact on you if you're a reseller, and you should pay attention. I put out a video about a month ago or so, and I was talking to you about it's a good idea to start focusing on sourcing more of the needs rather than the wants. And it's simple. As people start tightening their purse strings, they still will continue to buy the things that they need. They will refrain from buying the wants. That's just the reality. And let's hope that things improve, and let's hope I'm wrong, and let's hope that the other people that I've been reading and listening to on YouTube are wrong, because it's a bad day for us as resellers if things get worse. At least myself, I'm dealing with a boost in sales as compared to, say, September, October. Whereas November and December, of course, you're going to get an uptick in sales. It's just that time of year, Q4. I'm just wondering, put the information down below, guys, if what you're experiencing with your sales and more of the seasoned sellers as compared to previous years. I'd like to know what you think. So on another topic, I continue to get people who buy items from me, and on 2 occasions now over the last 2 months, I've sold something and it was labeled for parts or repair, because I knew there was a problem with the item. I sold a device. I don't even really still know what it is. It's some kind of an electrical circuit that came in one of my my pallets, and the wiring looked new. It looked like it's never been used. It had a series of about 20 or 30 wires on it that have never been cut. The accessories were still wrapped in original retail packaging, and I noticed that the knobs were not connected like the knobs in the picture of the item that I was able to find online, the similar model. And so I took great pictures. I took extra pictures of the pieces, and it was a $400, $500 item, apparently, according to Amazon, selling it for about $400. And so I figured that I could sell this for parts or repair. Someone out there probably knows how to fix it, and I put it up for $150. Well, I received an offer like the next day from someone saying, does it have a manual? Because I didn't take a picture of the manual. It had a manual, and it said that I'm concerned about the missing parts. Would you take $100? I'll pay right away. And so I told him yes, I would take the $100, and it's for parts or repair. So I just wanted to make a quick sale on it. $100 seemed fair to me. So I shipped it out, and everything was great until today. I received an email from the buyer stating that I didn't disclose the fact that the knobs were not on the device, and to reattach them, it's going to cost like $9 per knob, and there's 4 knobs that were missing. My pictures were very clear, and my listing stated, very clearly that I really don't know what this device is, except I know it's valued at this, and I'm selling it for a much lower price, and I'm selling it for parts or repair. No way to test it, so thus the low price. And my photos showed that the knobs were removed from the unit and weren't even showing on the device. Very clear pictures. And so for this person to come back and they're trying to shake down $36 now, I sold it to them for $100. I mean, you're going to take it down to what, 60 some odd dollars. No, send it back. I'm not going to play that game with you. And and I didn't tell him that in those certain terms, but I basically told him that I did discount this item by $50 because you were concerned that there could be missing parts, and I feel like it was a fair offer, a fair deal. You're welcome to send it back, pay for return shipping, because I do have it set for buyer pays return shipping. And hey, we're going to see how it works if he opens a case. But I tell you, if he opens a case as item not as described, that's fine. What I'll do is I'll go in and I will deduct that return shipping label cost from whatever refund he has coming, provided he returns everything he's supposed to return, and in the same condition. If he's tried to install the wiring, if he's cut the wires, or if he's opened the packaging from some of these newer components, that's definitely worth considering a deduction. So I just have to see how that turns out. But it's a second time in as many months where I've sold something for parts or repair, taken very good photos, and it seems to me like these buyers, they know what they're buying, they know exactly what they're buying. It's no question at all. So this particular buyer should have noticed the missing knobs, or they were removed, and may have either asked me a question about it for clarification, or they knew what they were doing, and as soon as they received it, they were going to ask for more money off. I think it's a thing, and these buyers are savvy, and it makes me wonder if someone's posting something on some website that is instructing buyers to try to shake down sellers, and here's how you do it. But I'm not going to fall for it, and neither should you. But I thought I'd share that story with you. So if you're selling stuff out there for parts or repair, maybe something that you're moving that might be broken, that someone out there can use or maybe fix, just be leery of that, because it's happened to me now twice. So before I end the video, I wanted to kind of end it on a funny note, sort of a light humor note. Came across tonight a package where I came across the funny name, and the wife and I kind of laughed about it. And unfortunately, I don't think it's PG-13. It's definitely adult humor, so I'm not going to share the name. But I wanted to see what you guys have experienced. Have you come across any funny names, funny addresses, anything funny while doing your shipping? And I can share an experience with you. I worked for 26 years in the transportation industry at a call center, and I can tell you that I've come across a ton of funny names just from passengers and things like that. But the funny thing is, we had someone who called in who was making a reservation for her husband, and her name was Iona Little White Man. First name Iona, last name Little White Man, and she was making a reservation for her husband with the same last name, and we thought that was absolutely hilarious. And the reason I bring this up is because I had a funny name on a package we shipped out today. I'm not going to tell you the name because it comes off as very inappropriate and adult humor, and I'd like to keep this video PG-13. But what I'd like for you to do is, if you've come across any names that were quite strange or different or pretty funny, if we keep it PG-13, put those comments down below. Leave any questions you have or any information regarding your sales down below as well. Do you think some of these articles are on point, where they state that there's a 15% decrease in retail brick and mortar sales versus 15% increase in online sales? Are you all seeing that? Because I'm not, and I still see some of you putting comments that your sales are really slow for this time of year, and that shouldn't be happening as compared to previous years. So do me a favor, guys. If you enjoyed the contents of this video, please smash the like button, and if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're at it, hit that notification bell icon. Only about 15 to 20% of you have done that, and what that does is it notifies you every time I make a new video, which is usually twice a week, usually Monday late morning and either Thursday or Friday morning I'll put out another video as well. And so guys, just do me a favor, keep listing, keep your head up, don't let some of these slow sales get you down. Get a lot of comments where people just want to throw in the towel, and don't do that. This is not the time of year you want to stop. You want to keep listing, list even more, and do your best to knock it out of the park, because guys, flipping ain't easy.